You've probably seen those scary headlines about everyday foods, right? Well, today we're doing a deep dive into one of them, a claim that's gone viral, saying some of the most common cooking oils in your kitchen are actually toxic. So let's get into it and break down what this argument is really saying step by step.
Okay, so right out of the gate, the source hits you with this wild claim that a common oil, when you heat it, punches holes in your grain cells. I mean, that is some seriously intense language. It's clearly designed to make you stop in your tracks and rethink something you might use every single day without a second thought.
So a claim that bold makes you wonder, okay, which oils are we actually talking about here? Well, the source is very specific. It names a clear list of villains, it says, could be lurking right there in your pantry.
Now, the source isn't targeting all oils. It really zeroes in on a few specific ones that are, let's be honest, incredibly common in both home cooking and all sorts of processed foods. The oils in its crosshairs are
Vegetable oil, canola oil, and soybean oil. Yep, those three. These are identified as the main culprits. The source really singles them out, suggesting they're fundamentally different and way more dangerous than the other options on the grocery store shelf.
All right, so we know which oils are on the bad guy list. Now let's get into the why. The source basically builds its case on a two-part claim, one that mixes a little bit of chemistry with some biology to spell out the supposed danger.
Let's tackle the first accusation. And believe it or not, it all has to do with something as simple as putting a pan on the stove.
The main idea here is that the oil itself isn't the only problem. It's what happens when you turn up the heat. The source claims that high temperatures actually transform these specific oils, creating brand new harmful substances. And this is where they bring in a pretty scientific-sounding word, aldehydes. Notice how they're defined here, simply as toxic byproducts. In the context of this argument, they're framed as nasty stuff that only gets created when these specific oils get hot.
And to make sure this point really lands, the source throws out this giant number. It claims these aldehydes are over 200 times more toxic than what you'd find in cigarette smoke. I mean, wow, that's a staggering comparison, clearly meant to grab your attention and signal some serious danger.
Okay, so that's claim number one. Heat makes these oils toxic. But the second part of the argument, it has nothing to do with heat. This one is all about the chemical makeup of the oil itself, right out of the bottle. This brings us to what the source describes as this sort of biological tug-of-war happening inside your body. On one team, you've got omega-6 fatty acids, which the article labels as pro-inflammation. And on the other team, omega-3s, the anti-inflammation crew. The whole idea is that our health really depends on keeping these two in a healthy balance.
And here's the kicker. According to the article, it argues that vegetable, canola, and soybean oils are just packed with omega-6. So by consuming them, you're supposedly flooding your system with the pro-inflammatory stuff, completely throwing that delicate balance off and leading directly to chronic brain inflammation. So after laying out this pretty scary two-part problem, the source doesn't just leave you hanging. It pivots and offers up a solution, introducing a couple of alternative oils that it presents as the heroes of the story. And who are these heroes? None other than extra virgin olive oil and coconut oil. They're positioned as the safe and healthy replacements for those villain oils we just talked about. But, and this is a big but, it's not quite as simple as just swapping one for the other. The recommendation comes with a really important catch. The source provides specific rules you have to follow when you're cooking with these hero oils.
For extra virgin olive oil, the big rule is all about temperature. The source is very clear. Never heat it above 320 degrees Fahrenheit. The implication there is that, yeah, high heat can be a problem here too. As for coconut oil, the benefit they highlight is that it's a good source of MCTs, which stands for medium-chain triglycerides. The article basically frames these as a beneficial type of fat. So, there you have it. That's the story this online source tells. It identifies these villain oils that it claims create toxins when heated and throw your body's inflammation balance all out of whack. Then, it proposes hero oils as the solution, but with specific rules. It's a compelling narrative that leaves you with one provocative question. Does your kitchen cabinet hide a villain?